unplug your nose and open your ears. It's time for the Queefcast.
Fucking making me look like a fucking dumbass. How many times I hyped up that fucking recording thing?
They
Whatever.
didn't hear it.
That's
The
true.
boys didn't hear it. So yeah.
Fucking stupid, goddamn, fucking piece of shit allergies. What is that even from? What are allergies from? For? Do they do anything beneficial? They protect you from what, pollen? Because there's pollen in the air, your body has to go into I'm dying mode to fucking protect you from what? The dangers of pollen? Like, what is this bullshit?
It might not be that. It might be like it might be the plants like trying to do something. Like maybe they're like recognize us. They're like, oh dude, hell no.
And we gotta kill these motherfuckers.
Let's
They
get
like
these guys.
let's get them.
Yeah. Our bodies just are like, yo, dude, I thought we were boys.
Yeah.
Nope. No such luck.
Yeah, guess fucking well, we eat them, pluck them,
Yeah.
we like decapitate their heads, then give them to our significant others who are like,
True.
oh, and we're like, do you like this? There's some plants like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
That was
Some
my
plants-
son.
Some plants getting ripped off to go to prom. He's like, no.
You're not even going to get laid.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, allergies. That's whack, dude. I grew up my whole life with 0 allergies. My older brother, always had allergies. And I was like, you fucking weak pussy. And sure enough, just in literally the last 3-4 years, I have developed allergies. Right now it's cool. You know, we're in the dog days of summer. But when it was spring into summer, dude, I was like, oh my God. I was like, what the fuck? Like oozing, fucking sneezing. And I'm a brutal sneezer, dude. I hit the whole like
I
hit-
sneeze loud.
yeah. Are you like a achoo or like a? I'm just straight up like, like, huh?
No, I'm like a fucking.
Oh, you stifle it.
It's bad, dude. It's loud.
I
My
don't
wife
try and
hates it.
stifle it. I like getting it off. I need.
Oh
it's
no,
like,
that wasn't me stifling it. That was me moving the mic away so I don't fucking
Oh,
spike it. No, it's
did I
extremely
spike
loud.
it?
No, that was like a bassy. Mine's like a high pitched fucking when I sneeze.
Yeah, mine's just like.
It's like, have you seen like a dog get startled and they kind of like sink their head into their shoulders for a second?
Yeah, I scare
when
my
I
dogs all the
sneeze-
time intentionally.
When I sneeze, those around me do that
Oh, okay, yeah. They're like, oh Jesus, dude.
because it's just I don't know, man. I'm usually pretty good about not sneezing. I can plug my nose and avoid it, but I mean sometimes
Oh,
you
dude,
gotta.
no, I don't fuck with that, dude. I want to get it out. I don't try and stifle it for
Oh,
others
no,
around me.
I plug my nose, even if I'm by myself, I plug my nose and then start breathing through my mouth, and it's usually like abort sequence. But sometimes, it just gets through
Wow,
anyways.
That drives me nuts. If anything, like I'll go out of my way, like the stare at the sun thing, this and that, or I'll just breathe through my nose exclusively, really hard, to make sure I sneeze. I feel so bad if I miss a sneeze. I'm like, fuck. It's like it's like not coming or almost like it's that level
Huh.
of a biological imperative for
That's
me. I'm
actually
like,
kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, I have to sneeze. If I sneeze, I'm pissed if I miss a sneeze, dude.
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh. So yeah, fucking allergies. That's a thing. Qcast question mark. Who even knows what this is now? We don't know anymore. We have recorded so many and released so few.
Yo, if you got a theory on what the fuck allergies even are, drop a comment on the YouTube, and or email officialqueefcast@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts, boys.
Yeah, let's get the boys' opinion on sneezing for sure. Where does that come from? What is that? Is that a human defense mechanism, or is that a plant offense mechanism, or a mix of the two? Is it
Yeah,
is it a false flag?
False flag your body? Yeah, it's like kill the plants. They're doing this.
Or maybe maybe it's a government thing because I did not have allergies growing up and now I do. How does that happen? How do you
Yeah.
contract allergies?
Yeah, I never had allergies. Then one year, uh, I used to stay the night at Jake's treehouse like every weekend in middle school, and his neighbor was like mowing the lawn, and I noticed it smelled different than I'm used to smelling, and then I just
Yeah.
had like a fucking hoarse throat
Huh. Yeah, I hear the
for like
cut
a
grass
week,
one.
and then that didn't affect me again, and then right when I hit like 14 or 15, I got allergies for like 3 years, but now I eat enough red meat that I thought I wouldn't get allergies again, but they're
I don't think
getting me
that's a
this
thing,
year.
dude.
What do you mean?
I don't think that's the red meat. Like, I think
Yeah,
most people just like either mostly eat red meat or exclusively eat red meat. Like, I mean, other things
I
too.
didn't
You
mean
gotta
as
have like
I
vegetables.
didn't mean as opposed to white meat. I just meant like I ate a shitload of fucking steaks and ground bison. I thought that I was past the allergy phase of my life, but I
Yeah,
guess
I'm
I've been
saying that I don't
slacking.
think that's a thing.
I've been eating fish and fucking pasta and shit and sandwiches. So I need to get back on my steaks and bison bowls
Dude,
to
dude,
beat my allergies.
we're off chicken over here. We've been pretty much like uh beef, pork, fucking almost exclusively. I mean, like we have other stuff with it, but by and large,
Yeah, I try to just not have sides, dude. I was kind of Mongol maxing for a while there.
Oh yeah, caveman diet.
Like instead of like, why would I have steak and broccoli when I could just have two steaks?
I mean, you could have two
And
steaks and broccoli.
well, then I'm gonna be stuffed.
Yeah, I guess.
Depends on the steak. I mean, you could eat two filet mignon, but like two
Oh yeah,
ribeyes, forget
usually
about
pretty
it.
small. Dude, two ribeyes. Like the ribeyes, I don't know. I
You
got a
get thin
freezer full of
ribeyes.
fucking meat. Yeah, I have a freezer full of fucking meat because there's this service that goes around. It's called like Essential Food Services, and they like drive a truck around the country and they like sell you a shitload of meat for cheap. And like a year and a half ago,
Oh yeah, I remember that. You stocked up, but
my freezer is chock full of fucking red meat right now. It's based, but actually the ribeyes I got are not the best quality out of all of them.
well, when you
Actually,
buy meat
to the
en
boys,
masse,
yeah, to the boys, Essential Food Services. If you guys know of that thing, like honestly, I don't know if I'd recommend it. Like you do get what you pay for to an extent, and even some of the nicer cuts. Like I got a variety. Like I got fillets, New York strips, like all kinds of like bistro steaks and shit. And while most of them very good, there's a every now and then you get a couple that are just like inedible, and it's cheap, so you can't be mad at it. But that's a thing, you know. Like for example, like we saved the fillets because obviously sick cut. But I remember one time I went to go cook up a couple fillets, and out of the like three I cooked because I eat a shitload. Girlfriend doesn't eat so much. Maybe like 30%. So I guess yeah, like 30%. So I was gonna say technically one whole of the fillets was edible, but it wasn't even one whole one. It was just like 30% of the total of three. So like some of one would be edible, and then like most of the other. But so yeah, Essential Food Services like don't shell out for a bunch of their shit. Like get a little bit of their stuff, but not not a bunch because you do get what you pay for no matter where you go.
yeah, I mean that's just the law of the land.
Yeah, nobody's out here selling at losses unless you're fucking PlayStation 3. That was how
Oh, I
Sony
think
gained a pretty strong foothold in the gaming
that's how the
arena.
yeah, the original Xbox was sold at a loss too, actually.
Well, I think Sony beat Xbox in that. I don't think
Xbox
oh,
came
the
in
original
late.
Xbox. Okay, yeah, because the 360 PS3 era, Sony sold at like a fat loss, and I think they actually technically won that. However, you determine a winner in that gay shit.
They sold more consoles, but they were already like in the lead from PS2. So like they're
True, they
starting
did already
at
have their foot in the
advantage,
door.
and they had to like sell the console at a fucking loss to win the next generation because the 360
But-
was catching up.
But you just said that original Xbox did that same thing, and
Yeah, that was just
Xbox
to get
was
their
same
foot in
gen
the
as
door.
PS2.
Yeah, but they came in super late
So-
and didn't
Yeah, so
have
really,
any.
so really, it was the PS1 that was like that Xbox
Oh,
was
yeah,
trying to.
dude.
Yeah, you said PS2,
Well,
but they were trying to catch
yeah,
up from
well, yeah.
PS1.
Yeah, PS1 already got like people, that had loyalty. No one was already loyal to Xbox when that dropped. The only
That's funny,
reason
the
why
whole
people
story
even
about
got an
PS1.
Xbox, yeah, how it was like gonna be for Nintendo.
Yeah. And
That
then they
is
thought
fucking
like it was
hilarious.
impossible for Sony to branch off and do their own thing, but then they were just like, "Fuck you, dude."
Yeah, and all Nintendo got out of that backstab was the fucking Philips CDI.
Yup.
Good job, dildos. Now you have like
Gay.
a huge rival and a useless fucking gay
Yeah, dude.
CD-ROM reader.
They created a monster that is now just fucking long dicking them every generation. I mean, I don't know. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe not actually, because there's so many like Nintendo dorks and children and families that buy those
Well, I mean-
Nintendo for their children and dork kids.
It's like Nintendo had to just completely fall back on just their OC grandfathered characters to even compete. They gave up like trying to be like modern, like
Yeah,
cutting
they just
edge.
straight up had to be like, well, we don't even care because we're. It's like when you beating your younger brother at a video game, and they're just like, well, I'm not playing. I'm not actually playing, so it doesn't even matter. I wasn't even trying. That's what Nintendo does now. They're like, I'm not even trying, so who cares?
They're like, oh yeah, go ahead and have your realistic graphics. Here's slightly better Mario.
Yeah, here's a game that doesn't look as good as it did in 2006, but it's fun. So
Oh, hey, check it out. We ported a game from the 3DS.
yeah, I will say
In
the
case you
GameCube
didn't
though.
already play that.
GameCube actually was fucking better than PS2 in my opinion graphically. Actually, that's not even
I
an
like
opinion.
The PS2.
If you yeah, I know you do. I remember because we talked about Resident Evil
Graphic-wise.
4. Yeah, you're like, oh, it looks more cinematic, even though like
Yeah.
technically the the GameCube version of Resident Evil 4, factually, like on paper, is better.
That's
But I get what
text
you're saying.
versus aesthetic preference.
What?
That's technical specs versus aesthetic preference. I prefer
Yeah,
the
you
aesthetic
prefer
of
like
the
a
PS2 version.
grainy. You prefer the 16:9 with the black bars and like make it look grainy.
Yeah, that shit looks
And all those-
fucking sweet on the PS2.
Okay,
And then on
well, you
GameCube,
like that?
it just kind of looks like a cartoon.
No, it doesn't, dude.
It looks like a fucking cartoon, dude.
The special effects are better if you look at like the treasures and shit. The way the light refracts off them and they shimmer and stuff. It is
I mean,
better.
like, yeah, dude. I mean, like, Ed Netty might be in higher def than fucking Goodfellas, but I mean, Goodfellas just kind of has a vibe to it. You know what I mean? It's kind of how I
What do
feel
you
about that.
They drew it. They can make it however high def they want.
Yeah, and they made it pretty high def, didn't they?
Yeah, you can't draw fucking Robert De Niro's dumb fucking face
I mean,
any
you
better
could.
than it is. His face sucks, and you can't make it any better. Like, dude, fuck Robert De Niro. That guy, he's a tough guy. He has the fucking actor tough guy syndrome.
Yeah, like
You know-
the fucking. I played so many tough guys that I'm tough in real life.
Yeah, dude.
Like fucking. You know who's got that the most though is fucking Clint Eastwood.
I
he
was
really-
just gonna say that, dude. On
Clint
the Lost
Eastwood
Cast,
thinks he's literally himself.
on the Lost Cast, we had a bit about Johnny Cash being the original "literally me" guy for Boomers. I thought
Yeah.
about that for days, and I was like, actually, there's like Clint Eastwood and John Wayne.
Do you think there was like some fucking guy in like 1000 BC be like, yeah, dude, Samson is literally me.
Yeah.
I'm long hair
Or-
and I got long hair and I'm strong. I'm literally Samson.
You go even further than that to like cave paintings, and they're like, oh, like me, me. You know, like looking at a guy like with a clubbed like 10 women in a cave painting, and
Me,
all the
Adam.
young guys are like, that's literally me, dude.
It's like, yeah, I'm basically Adam. It goes all the way back, dude. We've been doing
Yeah.
literally me shit since the first me.
True. This is just this is very cyclical. We're just in another like microcosm of this whole thing. Like somebody was probably like the like the Joker guys of today were probably like, dude, or like the atheists even are like, dude, that snake was totally right. Like
The fucking yeah, you should just
serpent.
eat the fucking apple, dude. Yeah,
Yeah, of
that's
course
what
you
I
should eat
would've
the
done.
apple because there's no God in free will, and I'm fucking totally not gay. I swear.
Why would a good God not want us to have the knowledge apple, even though we were in pure bliss before that?
Yeah. If God real, then how come no knowledge apple? Fucking dorks.
You could
Idiots.
literally have anything except for this apple. I mean, apples are tasty, but like it ain't worth throwing away.
Well, dude, I don't think it was just like
Perfection.
all apples. I think it was a specific apple. Do you think it was just all
Well, yeah.
apples were off limits?
No, I wasn't.
I could be
I
wrong.
think that. No, I mean, I just remember that being. I'm pretty sure it was like there was only the one apple tree, and then
I mean, was
after,
that really the only
after they
one,
fu-
or was it?
I mean, I think at the time that was the only apple tree, and then
So,
after fucking
that
they
kinda
fucked
changes
that
it.
off. God's like, okay, well, I mean, now they're not special. I guess I can plant a few more of
Yeah.
these.
So that was the first rule: was just no apples.
Yeah, just okay. You guys can do anything.
This is all,
Just
this is all
don't
you have
eat
to do.
this. And then fucking Adam's like, okay. And then Eve was like, okay, but it took just a slight amount of manipulation for the female to be like, oh yeah, why shouldn't I eat the apple? Hey Adam, check this out. It's pretty tasty. No, let me
That's
have a
just
bite.
woman brain. They're like, why
And then
shouldn't I have absolutely everything?
He takes one bite and he's like, wait a minute. Eve, what is this?
What
Where'd you
is
get this?
this? Eve, what is this?
It's the apple from that one
Apple?
tree. The
It's
one
an
tree we weren't supposed
apple?
to eat from? Yeah. Okay, well, why am I starting to realize I'm on Shriv? I didn't even know what that meant till 3 seconds ago, you bitch.
Yeah, that was the forbidden knowledge. Like he was like, "Oh my god, dude,
Dude, the first thing they did
my
was
dick gets tiny."
the first thing they did was like clothe themselves with leaves because they're like, oh shit, I'm naked. They didn't even have a concept for that. They didn't know what clothes were.
Yeah,
First thing they did was like, oh, I guess I shouldn't just have my dick out.
yeah, and they came upon that on their own because that wasn't. I mean, the only rule was no apples. It wasn't like
Yeah.
dude, cover up indecent exposure. You're going.
Yeah,
to fucking,
the apple, the knowledge was just all the things we didn't need to know, like shame is
Twerking.
necessary for social behavior now, but like
yeah,
if it was like if there was nothing evil for us to know, then there would be nothing to learn from being shamed. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, the first thing that they learned was being on Shrib's embarrassing.
but they learned that on their own, right? Because that was before
Well,
the apple.
from
They
the
were already
apple.
covered, or
That's
they
just how
covered
we
up after that.
they covered up after the apple. We just depict them because no one wants to draw some guy with his dick out.
That's
the Bible.
wild. That's wild. After the apple, okay, yeah, because
Yeah,
then they
go
learned
back and
that.
go back and read Genesis. The first thing you do is Adam hides in a bush when God's walking by, and God's like, what are you doing? And he's like, I just didn't want you to see me in my nakedness. He's like, how do you even fathom
You
this
even
right
know
now?
what that is. Like,
You weren't supposed to know what Shriv was. That was a joke for me. You weren't supposed to. Now it's not fun. Now you know what? I'm pissed.
I
Get
don't know
the
if I like
fu-
that, dude, because that means that like, what about women now walking around barely covered up? You know what I
Well,
mean?
we
'Cause
didn't
that's
have just-
inappropriate now.
Well, yeah, it is inappropriate, and it should be because we didn't all. Adam didn't have the concept of just like raw lust either.
Yeah, it should. True, but yeah, that's one thing that bothers me is like women try to be like, it's my body. Like, don't sexualize my body in the first place. Like, dude, being naked is not like as a woman or a man is not a neutral action. Like, it elicits a response like biologically in a male for one, and also in a female. Usually in the female though, they're like, oh my god, this is awful. The guy's like, oh shit, dude, this kind of rules. Which they don't like somehow, but they're totally willing to put their bits on fucking on display.
Yeah, it's all retarded, dude. Should have never.
And so are we. You know, this is a result of women. That's why we're retarded now. It's not our fault.
Yeah, oh, that reminds me, dude. Also, I guess as punishment for manipulating the easily manipulatable Eve, God told snakes that he would have to slither on the ground for the rest of his life. So I'm wondering, does that mean like snakes had like legs? The first snake was like bipedal or something?
No. I think it's just like, no, you can never be anything else, maybe?
I don't know.
There's no way. There's no way
God
snakes are bipedal.
God like stepped on the snake, pissed off, and was like, "From now on, you are crawling, buddy." Let me actually pull this up so I don't sound like a jackass.
It's okay, dude. I just spilled beer. So, actually, yeah, go ahead, look that up. Jamie, pull that up.
Pulling it up. Okay. Then the Lord God formed man from the clay of the earth. Bone from my bones, flesh from my flesh.
I mean, who cares? We're not pretending to be scholars here. This is a comedy podcast. I think.
Oh wait, hang on. Okay, Genesis 2:25. Now they were both naked, Adam, of course, and his wife, and they were not ashamed. Genesis 3, starting from 3:1 until I stop. However, the serpent was more crafty than any of the creatures of the earth that the Lord God had made. And he said to the woman, "Why has God instructed you that you should not eat from every tree of paradise?" The woman responded to him, "From the fruit of the trees which are in paradise we eat. Yet truly from the fruit of the tree which is in the middle of paradise God has instructed us that we should not eat, and that we should not touch it, lest perhaps we may die." Then the serpent said to the woman, "By no means will you die at death, for God knows that on whatever day you will eat from it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like gods, knowing good and evil." And so the woman saw that the tree was good to eat, and beautiful to the eyes, and delightful to consider. She took from its fruit, and she ate. That's all it took.
Dude,
the snake was just.
This is not good. We can't do this. No. This
Dude, the snake was just like, nah. He just doesn't want you to see the truth, man. He fucking hippied Eve, and she fucking bought it.
Yeah.
She should have been like, "Dude, you're literally a snake." She should have been like, "You're literally a snake.
Yeah.
Why am I talking to you? You are a snake."
How are you even talking? Get the fuck out of here, idiot.
Dumbass. Go find a fucking mouse. Or whatever the hell you do. I don't think they ate each other back then.
Snakes?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
There's not many cannibalistic snakes. Most of them are.
No, I think that like
they do exist.
Okay, I'm not gonna spend too much more.
No, yeah, that's awful podcasting
time on this
right there.
Actually, I thought it was pretty good.
It's all right. I mean, it's not like delete worthy, but had it gone on another minute even, we'd be having a different conversation right now.
Point is, dude, snakes are dicks, and women are easy to manipulate, and they fall for snakes all the time, dude. You see snake men manipulating women all the time. Nothing's changed.
I mean, yeah, that is true, but the way you said that kind of like absolves women of any responsibility, which I...
Why? Because the snake was like, "Man, God just doesn't want you to know the truth, man."
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about now. Like, dude, there's snake dudes all the time. Like, yeah, of course. There's also like demon women. Like,
women, well, yeah. You mean their natural
more
state?
Women...
Oh,
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Hey. True. Okay. Anyways, dude. Say you have your sunglasses on, and you walk into a business. How many seconds? How many seconds do you think is socially acceptable until it starts dealing ego damage?
To what?
To yourself. Like, could you go through a full grocery store shopping with your sunglasses on and feel okay?
If I'm fucked up, yeah, hell yeah. But like, if I'm, because dude, I have some businesses on my work route and stuff, and dog days of summer. Like I said, I'll walk in with them on. And,
I'm talking about when you're not in uniform.
I don't wear a uniform to work. I give such little of a shit that I just go and like I was wearing my, that page that page, Dogecore. Very big page, very old page. I have
No,
the
actually, I
shirt.
don't think I do.
I have a shirt dude. I'm actually wearing a meme shirt right now, too. I have like several meme shirts. How crazy is that?
It's pretty
I
cool.
have
I got one.
Yeah, I got Dogecore shirt. Their profile picture. Right now, I'm wearing my Vaporwave Cheems shirt,
Base.
and I also have that Teenage Stepdad, which it's unfortunate that guy turned out to be AIDS, but he made some pretty good content for a while. It was a shirt that said "Born to Fuck Up," and it's got like a fucking hot rod on fire. Like, I love that
I remember
shirt.
that.
I wear that
I
shirt
think-
when I'm fucking up, dude.
The
If
only
I know
meme
I'm
shirt
fucking
I
up,
have-
I put that on.
Yeah, the only meme shirt I have is the Sega
Tiger
game Double
Energy.
Dragon.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I got the one where it's
Dragon Energy. Yeah.
Dragon Energy. It's Trump and Kanye as the guys.
remember
This
that.
is Double Dragon Energy.
Yeah. I actually have two of these Vaporwave Cheems shirt because the first one I put it in the dryer on too high and it's in shambles. The one I'm wearing is in shambles. This is the one I wear and then I have another one just to have. But yeah, dude, this is the Queefcast. What are you drinking on right now? Surely you're drinking something.
So, after work, I stopped by the bar to get something to eat because I didn't take my last break. So I got 2 Long Island iced teas, and I ate half of a club sandwich and some Cajun tots. Now I'm drinking a Budweiser, and I got a Dragon Fruit.
Studweiser? A Bud
Oh, yeah.
Heavy or light?
Heavy. I would say if it was Bud Light, and also
Okay.
Also, I kind
Studweiser
of
then.
wanted a light beer since I had 2 strong cocktails, but the clerk at the 7-Eleven was trans, so I didn't want them to think I was hitting on them by ringing up.
Ah, yeah, you had to fucking go for the Studweiser instead.
And I'm like,
Yeah, fuck
if
that.
I pull up
Why
a
didn't you go Coors Light?
Bud Light and like fucking eyebrows up, like, yeah, see, I accept you.
Yeah. I love
Nah.
Dylan Mulvaney, that fucking
No, I
disgusting
actually-
twink grifter.
Yeah, no,
I
I
fucking hate
wanted to.
Dylan Mulvaney. I don't even care, dude. That's not a cancelable thing. I'm allowed to hate people. If you don't allow me my own autonomy to hate who I want to hate, then you are a bigot. I can
Yeah,
hate that.
absolutely.
Guy. Do you hate that guy?
Yeah, that dude pisses me off. You saw how after the Bud Light thing, he got broken and like fled to South America for like 2 days, and then came back wearing like 30 pounds of makeup every day and bleached
Yeah.
blonde. Like,
Actually, I saw that he left. I didn't know he came back because I mean, yeah, I do my damnedest to not learn celebrity gossip.
well, I
but,
mean, it just
sometimes it
pops
seeps
up.
in.
I learned all that shit just from memes. I just
I mean,
saw
same.
that
That's where I get all my info now.
he's fucking he's back and he's just like looks dead in the eyes and like more than before.
Probably got the shit kicked out of him, and he's wearing all that makeup.
Well, he
to
probably
cover the
got
black
fucking
eyes.
went to South. He went to South America because he's like, I don't feel safe in America, the most trans like accepting country in the
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
planet. Dumbass.
It's
Probably
a
got
grift.
an instant
It's
reality trick.
Yeah, for sure.
Some guy was probably like, "Oh no, senor," once, and he's like, "It's senorita."
Or you know what? He probably went to like Brazil, and some guy tried hitting him up for like paid sex, and then realized it was a guy, and then beat the fucking brakes off him, and then he was like, "Okay, I'm coming back. I learned my lesson."
Oh, that's why all the makeup's there is to cover the black eyes and bruises.
Now, how hard would you, if that guy was in Minecraft? How fucking hard would you fucking beat the brakes off his ass in Minecraft?
Like, if,
What would you
if I was
do?
like, if I was in a Minecraft server and some guy
A
just had the
private with
same,
my friends only.
some guy had like the same username and like the same like made a custom avatar that looked like him.
Yeah.
I would go craft a lead pipe and just
Yeah.
bing.
Dude, I'd get a fucking fire poker. I'd get a fire poker and I'd get some logs and I'd build a Minecraft fire. I'd get that thing red fucking hot and shove it up his avatar's ass in Minecraft. And then, while he was writhing in pain because his asshole was now basically cauterized shut, I'd take my hands.
Oh, dude, he's probably into that.
I'd take my hands and I would just push his avatar's eyeballs all the way in through the back of his skull.
Okay, man.
In
we're gonna have
Minecraft.
to.
This is not funny, by the way. This is all
I'm gonna-
jokes. Anybody
I'm
who
gonna have
thinks
to
that's funny,
delete. We're gonna have to delete this whole Minecraft bit.
no, it's okay, dude. We'll just end it by saying anyone who thinks that's funny, we know who you are now, and we're reporting you because that's not funny. At
We
all.
will remember. We will remember your names if you laugh or react.
Yeah, there's tracers in this file. We have your IP addresses, and we're watching your webcams. If you laugh at that, dude, you have problems.
We're coming. We're coming, you bigot.
Yeah, because that is not funny. It's not funny to joke about. Anybody who even like jokes about our joke is
I will force you to take. I will force you to take some girl dick, and it won't
Yeah,
even
we're gonna
be
put
gay.
you in Minecraft, and
It won't even be gay unless you're a bigot.
yeah, you don't
Think
think girls
sucking
have
girl
dicks?
dick's gay.
Bigot.
You fucking bigot, queer.
Yeah.
You gay bigot.
Wow, how awful of a thing. If we were serious about that, could you imagine how awful that would be?
Dude, let's just delete all
God.
this.
Oh my god. No, it's okay.
Okay.
Hey,
What did you want to
Fucking-
talk about, bro?
oh yeah,
30
you told me what you were
30
drinking
minutes
about.
in.
You didn't even
30
ask me what
minutes
I
in.
was drinking about.
Well, dude, the
Drinking
topic
on.
changed so quickly.
It did some. Oh, because Bud
was
Light. You
rapid
brought
fire.
up Bud Light.
That's not even what I drink. I'm drinking Budweiser. Me and
Well, I
my
know.
good buddy Weiser.
I know. 'Cause
I'm
if
sorry
you were-
I
if you were
neglected your
drinking any other
feelings.
Bud,
I'm sorry I neglected your feelings and didn't ask you what you're drinking on. But you're important
all
too.
right.
What are you drinking on?
I was just gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm drinking Coors Light,
Oh,
and then I was
okay.
gonna be like, make a joke about it being as cold as the Rockies or whatever. But now it just seems forced. I don't know.
Yeah, actually, I wanted a Coors Heavy, and they didn't have it.
It's Coors Banquet, by the way. You only Bud Heavy. You don't Coors Heavy.
I'll have you whatever the fuck I want. This is America.
By the way,
Fucking commie
it's-
bastard.
my Coors are actually not as cold as the Rockies right now because GE had a freaking allergy outburst, and I was like,
Bro, that was brutal.
I was ready to go. My cans were blue. They were as cold as
Dude.
they were as cold as the Rockies, but now they're not.
I was fucking ready to go too. I was stoked, and then like I felt like
He had his nose
like
period.
a potential. I felt like a potential sneeze coming on, so I went to go blow my nose, and then all of a sudden it's like the most concerning nosebleed of my fucking adult life.
Damn.
Like I literally haven't had that much blood come out of my nose since I was a child.
Yeah, I've had that happen. That is a weird feeling when like a ton of blood comes out. You're just like,
You're just
"Is
like,
this it?
should I be
Is-
concerned?
Yeah,
I'm not lightheaded. Am I about to fall down? Like what's?
yeah. You're calling
Oh,
your wife. You're like, hey, make
Hey,
sure I
just-
don't.
Yeah, be aware.
Something's weird. I feel weird.
I'm just gonna lay down. Yeah,
So,
no,
yeah.
it was fucking brutal, man. It's like that scene from It, the whole like the original one, not the new gay one.
The child rape scene in the book, or what?
Have you not seen the
Oh, I
the
didn't see the
80s or the
second one.
90s?
No.
not the
You're
second
talking about
one?
the old one.
Yeah, it's like from the 80s or 90s.
Yeah, I have seen that. It's been a very long time, but I have.
Oh, anyways, there's just a fucking bloody sink scene. It's not worth diving any deeper than that. It looked like that for the 3 people listening that have ever seen that.
Okay.
That wasn't a good bit. Let's move on from my allergies. What did
Well, yeah,
you
no,
want to
my
talk
whole-
about, buddy?
I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't really talk. Oh, there was one thing that I saw this week that fucked me up, dude. Or I didn't even see it. I was at one of my businesses on my route, and there's this guy. You know, I got a pretty good rapport with him. He's this husky, like redhead fellow. He's also into metal and stuff, which is cool. And he has a black coworker, which that doesn't mean anything. This is just I'm just saying. You know, that's all. I'm just
You
saying.
gotta have,
It's fine.
you gotta have descriptive.
I like the guy.
You
Well,
gotta have
hey, I said
descriptions.
yeah, I descripted the portly guy as red-haired, which obviously means he's white. So of course I would explain his coworker as black. And also,
That
there's a
just-
woman there. So if that gives you,
Yeah,
that
see
paints a
now
picture.
I'm not gonna mix up any of those guys. But if you were just like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's just 3 humans.
Oh, and there's a Mexican. So there's only 4 people I've ever seen that run this shop. There's a woman.
Damn, dude. They got
As a
the whole
woman?
fucking half the checkbox.
I know, yeah. I get culturally enriched every time I go in there. It's a
They just need a gay Arab. They need a
it's a
gay
red
Arab
hair.
and a fucking I don't know, like a trans Asian, and they got everything checked off.
I don't know why, but after you said that, I just like kind of like it didn't even have anything to do with what it made me think. But the red-haired guy, I can describe him as this now. Think about the World of Warcraft episode of South Park from way back when.
Yeah, hell
You
yeah!
know,
I just watched that the other day.
Yeah, you know the guy, the like champion guy who's sitting on his computer, all lean back,
Yeah,
fat, pockmarked face and stuff.
Hell yeah, of course.
He looks like that guy, but with red hair.
Oh man.
So that's the guy that I'm most cool with there. If that tells you anything about me. And then he's got a black guy,
Relatable.
a white woman, and a Mexican guy under him. And I'm leaving. I give him a little chit chat here and there. I'm leaving the store after I make my drop and pick up, and he's like, dude, did you ever listen to System of a Down when you were growing up? I was like, brother of fucking course I did. And then he starts calling out his black coworker. He's like, dude, this guy has been making me listen to this song all morning. He like unironically likes this. It's Lil Uzi Vert does a fucking cover of Chop Suey by System of a Down.
What the fuck?
Dude, it's almost worth pausing so you can listen to it and then we pick back up, like, honestly.
Why'd you put the brush up on the makeup? You wanted to.
No, yeah, maybe we should do that real quick. Yeah, hit that stop.
All right. We'll be right back, fellas.
Yeah.
Don't go nowhere.
Bruh. So, dude, so yeah, this guy's like, I'm talking to him, and he starts bitching at me. He's like, dude, this guy, pointing to the black guy, he's like, this black guy's been well, he didn't say black guy, but that's what he meant.
He's like, this black
He's like, dude, this black guy, I'm at work, they're at work. Now you get fired for that shit.
This black motherfucker's been making me listen to this all day.
So he's like, dude, this black guy that you can see right here has been showing me this song all day, and he loves it. Like, it's Lil Uzi Vert, and he does a cover of Chop Suey. And immediately, me and him are white, so I'm like, oh, God, you're kidding me. And the guy's like, dude, it slapped, man. And I'm like, anyway, we started talking about, I was like, so then we just instantly, like, phase the black guy out of the conversation. I'm like, so you're like a metalhead, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then we start going on about bands we like. He likes Limp Bizkit. I like Limp Bizkit, this and that. Anyway, the conversation ends. I go back out to my truck and immediately go to listen to this song because I'm like, there's no way this is good.
Yeah.
And I listened to, also for the listeners, apparently Kanye produced this, which is very unfortunate because we love Kanye on this podcast, by the way. This is a pro Kanye podcast, actually. I think it's safe to say. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah?
Come on, dude. Like, fucking, Champion, the fuck else?
Wolves.
Flashing Lights.
Whatever that one, like,
he's got some bangers, dude.
Dude, Kanye rules. He's a very good producer. Like, just if you listen to, aside from the words, actually, I think his voice is the worst thing about a lot of his music. But that's not to say that it's bad,
Oh, well, I don't usually like
music...
normal rap. I kind of like the way he raps because he doesn't sound like other rappers. I don't like rap.
Well, yeah, but
dude.
the content is usually pretty stupid. But he produces it, and it's all very like musically good and stuff like that. But anyway, so I go,
not to derail everything completely, but real quick while we're talking about Kanye, he's got this one line in Flashing Lights. He says something like, "Go home, Julius Caesar. You know you ain't nothing without Mona Lisa." And I think he meant Cleopatra, but that's just the most...
Dude!
That's like the most like historically incompetent thing I've ever heard in my life.
I mean, Life of Pablo, though, dude, you can't fuck with it. It doesn't matter. He might be retarded. We're all retarded a little
Julius
bit.
Caesar, you know you ain't shit without Mona Lisa. And I was like, wait, pause, run that.
Yeah, you had
back.
to look it
He
up to see if you were retarded or not.
No, I heard it a second time, and I was like, no. And then I pulled up the lyrics, and I'm like, God. What a fucking
Yeah, dude.
secret genius.
Life
Anyways,
of Pablo rules. Graduation, fucking fire. He's good. He's good. Anyway, he's not
Continue.
good when he hits up Lil Uzi Vert to produce his System of a Down cover. And so I go right back to my truck, and I'm like, I have to fucking hear this, dude. And, you know, I mean, you guys have to listen to it, really, because I can't convey verbally how, like, disappointing and bad it was. Like, all those little, like, whoa! Like, all the little auto-tuned and shit. Like, what did you think about it? I just showed him this while we took a little breaky.
that was I mean,
Did
I
you
think
cringe?
you summed it up, man. It's fucking horrible. I honestly didn't expect much. I thought it was going to be a little bit better than that. It's even worse than the worst case scenario I had in my head.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
That-
so
it was-
you listen
It was
to it.
even worse.
Yeah, when I went to listen to it, I'm thinking, okay, he's either going to cover this verbatim or he's going to ad-lib and do some weird stuff. He did like almost neither, other than the weird little like weird little noises or whatever the fuck that was. But other than that, he just like does all the actual lyrics, just like either one like measure or a half measure before Surge would do it, or after. Like he's either slightly early or slightly late, and that's his contribution to the song. Like that's his version. Is just like, what if I just said this like one measure before Surge would?
Yeah,
It's like
and
he's trying to step on his toes.
and he's like not like even like enunciating it right. To like, if you're like singing that fast, you kind of have to be very clearly enunciating to get every
Yeah.
syllable out in a quick succession like that. But he's like, what you
Yeah. There's a couple times he tries to scream too. He's just like, whoa! It's so
yeah, but
gay,
it's like
dude.
it's auto tune. It's like whoa.
And there's like an echo on it, so it makes it sound more like cavernous than it would have without the effect. It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
I thought there would be more funny in that, but it's really just a travesty.
It's just bad, dude. Like, I mean, I
Yeah,
guess
I was
that
like,
is funny.
I mean, I
That
was like,
is-
maybe we'll come up with some jokes on that, but it's just bad.
I'm glad I heard it because I know that's out there now. But
But you can tell people about it too and how fucking bad it was.
yeah.
Wait, I bet you got some guys at your work that might unironically like that.
So there's one guy that likes some. I think he genuinely likes that guy, but I don't think he'd like that song because he has decent taste. He likes jazz and stuff. Like
Okay.
a lot of people, like if you can't listen to instrumentals, that's kind of like a
That's a pretty
IQ
good giveaway.
filter. That's a good filter.
Yeah.
That you're just completely retarded if you need someone spelling out the melody to you with their voice.
Or like
But,
that's
like,
the only way you understand. Like you can't think about it deeper than that. I mean, I don't know.
Ye-
I feel
yeah.
like music is actually like pretty universal until you put a human voice over it, and then after that,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, it kind of puts it into a filter of its own. Like
Yeah.
yeah, which is, I mean, actually, I was gonna say that's okay, but that's not okay. That's not okay. If you need vocals over music, you might be double-digit IQ.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah. Obviously, we both like. Everyone likes music with vocals, but like, if that's a hard requirement, like if you can't get down with an instrumental, then you just
You
literally
might be
don't.
retarded.
You might be retarded. You don't know
Yeah.
music. Like, you don't appreciate actual music. You like someone fucking.
Yeah.
And then you can tell, like, all the time with like pop and stuff that like, if it's like a pop, like a big act, that some producer just like came up with some like melody on a piano. He's like, "Oh, okay, Lindsay, sing this. Ding, 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 ding. Say these words to this melody, and you'll have
Yeah.
a top charter on your hands."
I mean, yeah, they always have like teams and whatever, like pretty much doing
Yeah, dude.
their whole shit. But
Yeah, like
don't
When's the
don't
last-
get me wrong.
Yeah.
What?
Go on.
No, I was gonna say, don't get me wrong, Queefers. I love some good, just gay. I was listening to some of the gayest pop possible today at work, which actually I realized that Glass Animals post I made on Queefy Blinders, like that probably doesn't mean anything to anybody because they don't know that like I've been like a hardcore, extreme metalhead like all my life. So like for me, I was like when I posted that, I was like, oh shit, dude. But everyone's like, yeah, like I mean, yeah, cool. Like, a couple guys were like, "Oh, dude, my daughter loves these guys."
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
I know. I was like, "Fuck, true," but
That'd be like, go post that in like a death metal group, and then you'll
Yeah,
get the
dude.
reaction you were
I
expecting.
get crushed. I get crushed, dude. But don't get me wrong.
More
I
like
love.
fag animals, you fucking baby bitch.
Yeah, Glass Animals does rule though. I was actually listening to like all of their albums all day today, but also I was listening to the Zenith Passage's new album, Data Elysium, which is one of the best extreme metal albums to come out in probably the last 5 years, in my opinion.
Oh, that's
Fucking
cool.
insane. It went impossibly hard, dude. It was one of those ones where, like, I mean, we talked about this off cast like a week or two ago about like when you listen to something and it almost makes you like cry because it's so good. It was like
Yeah.
that. Like they released they've had like they put 4 singles out for this album, which was crazy, and one of them was a part 2, and the part 1 wasn't one of the singles. So the song was called Div Inertia. Okay, also side note, what they did with this album is they just took like 2 words and like combined them in the coolest possible way every time. Like the album is called Data Elysium, like Data Elysium. There's fucking Div Inertia, like divine fucking inert. I mean, I know that's not like rocket science, but it sounds cool as hell, frankly. Frankly. So, Data Elysium, fucking Div Inertia, Lexicontagion, and Data Elysium, the title track. But anyway, Div Inertia 2 was one that was on the fucking the singles, and then I listened to the whole album today, and Div Inertia 1 was on there, and the way it like it's actually like both of those songs 1 and 2 are like a whole song, and the way it led into the second part, like that I had already heard a bunch, like I literally had like goosebumps all over my body for like 15 minutes. I was like, holy shit, that was the sickest possible shit. So fellas, if you like extreme metal, check out the Zenith Passage. If we don't cut this part, because this is not good casting, by the way.
I was looking for like a snoring sound effect, but you beat.
Oh, fuck
you.
you. I already
first.
know. I know.
You said that first. I was
don't
like
know.
I was scrolling through my sound effects, just looking for like a I sleep or something, but you beat me to it.
You can on the video version just put Shaq sleeping.
No, I'll just find like a long video of like some kid nodding out slowly or something. Cause it'd be funnier if it was. Okay, now it's not funny. Now that I'm explaining it, that's cool
okay.
though. I'll probably check out that album myself.
Oh, it was nuts. It was. I mean, they channel mad necrophagist vibes, and also the Faceless during the Planetary Duality era vibes. It's like Planetary Duality era Faceless and Necrophagist had a child, and then like, but their dad was like a football dad, but like played guitar. You know, like a football dad. Like his dreams failed, so he had to make you, his
Play
dream.
guitar?
Yeah, it's like that. Like, but that like so that was their dad was like a football
Interesting.
guy who played guitar, and then like he forced them against their will to be the best that they could be because that's what he always wanted to be, and then that's Data Elysium basically. Anyway, what's up with you, dude? It's been
it's funny,
it's been 4 days since we've casted last, but of course we can't share that one.
Well, we'll post that one, guys.
We gotta edit the shit out of it.
It's got a lot of editing. We'll get into that later, or not at all.
The
actually.
boys had too much fun. That
Yeah,
night.
actually, that was made a ruckus. But yeah, we'll post a listenable version of whatever we can salvage.
Post...
Yeah, no. I've actually I've been listening to a lot of Ace Frehley lately.
Yeah.
Turns out he fucking rules.
Sure.
Yeah, there was a part in I think it was 1978. Um, Paul Stanley really wanted Kiss to just be the Beatles so bad. He's like, what if we just all wrote our own songs and like we all sang on different songs and everyone liked us individually and had their favorite member? That'd be so cool. But the thing is, Peter Criss was the drummer, the Catman, is fucking retarded and
True. I mean, he
can't
looks
write.
retarded out of all of them
He
too. Like
actually is he's fucking retarded. Like if the song like pauses, he cannot resume. He can only play it start to finish on any of their songs.
Oh,
And
damn.
has to have a drum coach like when they record. Uh he hasn't been in the band since like the fucking 80s because he's so retarded. Ace Frehley just wants to party and do drugs. He's like the only guy in the band that just gets super high all the time. And in fact, I'm getting to that.
Okay, that kind of rules. All right, I
So,
like him a little
in
more now.
1978, Paul Stanley is like, guys, this would be so cool. Let's do this thing. It's like a concept. Each of us will split for a second. We'll all make a whole album of just we write the whole album ourselves, and it's just like not really a solo album 'cause it still says Kiss on it, but it has like each one of our albums just has our face on it. It's like all the Gene songs, all the this songs. Paul Stanley's like the main songwriter, so he's kind of like goes off and just writes this like basically it sounds like a Kiss greatest hits album because he doesn't have anyone to like fuck up his process. Seemed like a loaded idea actually. Peter Criss can't write anything. If you look at the credits on his album, it's like he has like amount like the same amount of people that help write like a Beyonce album on
Oh,
his
man.
fucking on his credits, and then like even then it still sucks. Gene Simmons just thinks he can write songs, so there's a bunch of shitty songs. And then Ace
Yeah, he
Frehley,
sucks, dude. That guy's insufferable, dude.
and then Ace Frehley just went unhinged. All his songs are like, just he has three different song like types. He's got Taking It Easy, I'm Getting High, and I'm Trying to Fuck. That's his three songs, and he just has a bunch of them. That's all.
High,
Those are
horny,
the
and
only
chill.
things. He's like chill, horny, drugs. So let me pull up the lyrics to He's got this song called Ozone. It just starts off, I'm the kind of guy who likes feeling high and dry, and I really like to fly. And he was writing that, and he's just like, dude, poetry.
He's like, dude, this rules. Oh my god, that's like Dr. Seuss shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like if Dr. Seuss
Dr.
just partied,
Seuss.
dude.
Yeah.
But the song actually sounds really cool. Is the funny part, like because he's the
I'm
only
sure
guy
with the
that
music
can, like
it's different.
with the music, it's funny. Just like reading it like that, it's so fucking funny. And then let me see like the alternate chorus. It's like the same thing, but instead of like, and I like to fly, and he's like, and baby, I do this all the time. And he's like, oh, and you see, it's like the same verse from before, but then I changed the last line.
Yeah.
And that's like
He was
the
like,
whole
dude,
song.
that's so sick.
And the only other line is he's just like, so you ought to try ozone. That's like, then he just says ozone a bunch of times.
Ozone? What the fuck? Was he
I
huffing cans of Ozium?
I have no clue like what that's supposed to be
What does
slang
that
for.
mean?
I think
Ozone.
it's because
I've
he's
never-
just talking about frying his brain, like that's like the ozone layer or something
I
in
mean,
his head.
ozone is like a thing you use to like destroy. I mean, I don't know. I did fire restoration for a while. Like, you'd put shit in the ozone room. You have these like ozone generators, and it like attaches to particles and like destroys, like on a molecular level, like destroys. I mean, maybe you could huff it. I don't know. Maybe maybe you huff it and it like destroys uncool chemicals in your brain.
I mean,
so you
I
just
got
like feel
no
so
fucking
cool.
clue. I got no clue what he's talking about. Neither does
He's
anybody
huffing
else.
Ozium. He could have been hitting the fucking cans, bro.
And he actually has another song on that solo album that Dimebag Darrell covered, called Snowblind, where he's just talking about how like,
Oh yeah, it's real covert
well, it's not just coke. He's just talking like,
speed.
he's talking about, he's like, it sounds like he's calling his girl and talking to his buddies at the same time, like on and off the phone. He's like, it's so hard to feel right when you're not around. And he's like, guys, I wish you could see my girlfriend. She's so hot. And then he like gets back
It's
up.
hot wifing him.
He's like, baby, I hope you don't mind. I can't even see you right now. I'm so fucking snowblind.
I'm
So
snowblind.
I think he's just talking to like, he's at like in one part of the song telling his girl like, it's not my fault if I fuck around. And then also hot wifing his buddies at the same time. He's like trying to do both.
I mean, that's
But
kind of funny.
he's just like, his lyrics just don't make any fucking sense. Like, and no one told him no because he's the fucking spaceman. You don't tell Ace Frehley no.
You know what? I wish fentanyl was around back then. God damn it, dude. Get rid of all
Because
these
all these
fucking
guys would be
dorks,
dead.
dude. Yeah. That's
No,
funny.
dude.
That actually
Actually, he would be the only guy in Kiss that died. Fucking Gene Simmons is clean. Paul Stanley,
Well, I mean,
clean.
It's not like I want all of Kiss to die. I just mean all
So
the...
only the cool
the
guy in the
dorks.
band would have died.
Actually, he sounds pretty cool, but there's a lot of drug dorks, dude. Now, drugs are cool, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of
Well,
drug
okay, so
dorks.
he's
that-
not just like, he's just like, it sounds sick, dude. I wish maybe we could even do another pause real quick. But his shit's
Yeah, if you
actually
want.
pretty
I'll listen to
banging,
it.
dude.
It'll be
I
like
said,
nothing for the
Dimebag,
listener.
Dimebag Daryl even covered it. Yeah, why don't we hit a quick pause real quick?
All right, hit the stop. It's fine. Just hit
you
it. Don't
okay?
even say it.
Don't go nowhere.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Oh,
To the-
oh my God. Oh my God.
What'd you think of those Ace Frehley songs?
Yeah, that dude was like probably terminally high. And you know, he just thinks of himself as like the most. He's like, yeah, I was in there. I was fucking had a couple drinks, looked around, and I fuck around.
So they each have like a nickname. Like Paul Stanley's like the Star Child. It's like the name of their personas. They're like their makeup design basically. Gene Simmons
Yeah.
is like I'm the demon. Peter Criss is retarded, so he's like I'm the cat man. Ace Frehley is the spaceman because he's so
the-
fucking high all the time.
He's the drug man. Yeah, he's just that's all.
That's his
It's
whole
everyone.
moniker. Is he's supposed to look like he's like some sci-fi astronaut. That's like what he was going on with his design.
Which he
And,
doesn't look like that at all, by the way. Like,
Well, no, not at all. But like back in the '70s, and you're on drugs, I could see thinking like, dude, in the future, whenever we're just all like feeling like this all the time, I bet astronauts will look a little something like this.
yeah. I wonder if they just thought that like that drugs were the future. They were like, this is pretty much. I think this is
I
going to
think
be
he was
going.
the only guy in the band that partied hard. Like Paul and Gene were pretty straight cut, but Ace,
pussies.
because in Paul Stanley's book, his biography, I haven't read it, but my Weefei has. She told me that Paul was always bitching because like they could barely get Ace to fucking do his solos, and he would just like record Ace's like rhythm riffs, like delete his riffs and just do it himself, and then they would just need to do Ace. Like they only had him there to record his solos because no one else was that good at guitar.
Yeah. And by the way, that's not even that good at guitar. That guy's solos, you listen to them and you are very much the first impression is that this guy is on coke. For sure.
Well, dude, he lived up to his character. He was the only guy that was actually him.
Also, how about this, dude? Imagine you hear through your buddies, your social network, like, oh, dude, there's a party is gonna happen. Like, this is gonna be so sick. There's gonna be drugs, there's gonna be booze, there's gonna be girls, and then you get there, and like, probably like 3 hours after the party starts, a guy that looks like that walks in.
It looks
Full
like Ace
makeup.
Frehley with the fucking
Yeah.
the space. Well, there's probably
I just
like
imagine him
a
in full
fucking-
gear, full regalia, Kiss
Oh, like the-
regalia.
the big like fucking V-shaped suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you seen his suit where it's like at the big shoulder pads comes down like a V?
Dude,
And
if
he's
a
got,
guy
like,
like
the
that
big-
shows up to a party, I'm fucking pissed. I'm fucking pissed, dude.
Dude. I would be cautiously excited to be like, what's gonna happen next?
No, I'd be like, this guy's a dork, dude. And then I'd be like, but oh shit, if somebody comes into a party like that, they might
wanna
be
know-
an
I just
undercover
wanna know-
badass.
What his next move is, because that's
next
you don't
move
just
is-
show up.
No, you know what he does? He probably gets high as fuck and like pins a chick. He pins a woman That's his next move.
and then gets beat up by her boyfriend, and then
I
he's like
hope.
outside fucking with like crying like makeup streaks down his face.
Oh
and
shit!
Then, and then goes and writes a song about how he got wiped out at a party.
Yeah. But really, he was just white girl wasted. Like, oh my god, he'd throw up on his little fucking leather pants and
got
makeup
beat up
running
by
down
a
his
guy
face.
that like got beat up by a guy that didn't even make the football team.
Yeah, just beat up, but just a regular guy could probably beat him up.
Well, dude, I mean, if he's half as high as he claims to be in all of his songs, then yeah, anyone can
'Cause
kick
how-
his ass. And he's
Also,
in
when was
fucking-
that guy
he's in
born?
high heel boots.
He might have
I
had the act. He might have had actor syndrome. He might have been like, dude, I'm literally fucking Clint Eastwood right now.
Dude,
with makeup.
especially if he's in the paint and the outfit, you know he's
Yeah, but
immediately in character.
Yeah, he probably feels so strong in that too. I bet you feel so strong in full Kiss regalia, dude.
I think actually he's the only guy in the band that doesn't take himself seriously. If you watch interviews, there's this one interview where he's just like being
Oh.
himself, and you can look at Paul and Gene, and they're both pissed because Gene's all being like, "You better hide your kids from our album, so we're gonna take them to our." Then Ace Frehley's like, yeah, I just like to hang out, man," like in this really annoying high pitched voice, and he completely. It's like there's like a video. It's like called like the interview Ace Frehley ruined, and
Ooh.
Ace Frehley like claimed later and still like stands by it. He's like, "Dude, I'm fucking stoked because every interview is about fucking Paul and fucking cocksucking Gene all the time. We finally got to like Peter and I finally got to show our personalities and that we're not dorks that like think we're literally
Yeah.
our fucking persona."
Because Gene Simmons is a fucking dork. Like, not,
Dude, and he
yeah, he's not a
completely
nerd.
lives by that.
He's a dork. He's a fucking dork, dude. Which is the
Dude,
word.
you know,
It's
he's never done any drugs in his life, but he was on whatever one of those. I forgot what show it was in the '80s, like Miami Vice, I think. And he was supposed to play a coke dealer, so he was playing what he thought a coke dealer would be like. And he's
it's like a caricature.
He's like, "Oh yeah, if you want my
Yeah.
product, you're gonna have to pay up, buddy." Like being all like
Yeah,
evil and
it's like-
tough
Like
because
a
that's what he
cartoon
assumes.
coke dealer.
No one's probably even ever offered him coke until he got big in Kiss.
Yeah,
So
they're
he-
like, oh, are you Ace's friend? Dude, do you want some coke?
Yeah, it's like, "Oh, you must party hard if you hang out with this fucking fool, dude.
Yeah. Nope.
This guy gets high and beat up at teenagers' high school parties all the time, dude.
And
This
then he's
guy
like, no,
rules."
I don't do that. And also, the only reason I play music is for pussy.
Yeah, he's money too.
Pussy
Dude,
and money.
there's
You
a
guys are dork.
interview. There's an interview in I think it's The Decline of Western Civilization Part 2 where
I might kill
uh,
Gene Simmons in real life outside of Minecraft.
they're interviewing Gene Simmons, and he's like, it's this top down. He's lying in bed in full outfit and makeup with like 3 chicks, and he's just like being in character, talking about how dark and scary he is. Now he's like the king of eating puss, and then it cuts
Oh
to
my
Ace.
God.
It cuts to Ace Frehley, and he's like, "Yeah, apparently Gene says he's the king of eating puss. I don't think there's a whole lot of guys in line for that crown." He's like, he can do that. I'm gonna be the king of just having normal sex with puss. How about that? I'll be that king.
Yeah.
How do you feel
It's
about
kind
that?
of funny. Back in the day, I think particularly with Italians, and no, I didn't just get this from The Sopranos. I think eating pussy was like a kind of emasculating thing back in the day. Like, you eat pussy, dude? You know,
Yeah.
which is the thing in The Sopranos.
100%. Like, but yeah, Ace was just not about that, and would always make fun of Gene for doing that. In fact, one time, so I think Ace Frehley is the only non-Jewish
I'll give Gene
guy.
that. Okay, Gene was onto something with that because that does rule.
What,
But
being
also
the
it
king
rules-
of eating puss?
Yeah, but it does rule also to be like, I don't fucking do that. So I don't know. I'm torn.
I just love the way he worded that. Like, I don't think there's a whole lot of guys in line for that crown. You can have it, buddy.
Damn. Yeah, a lot
And-
of people weren't like bragging about that.
So I
I
think
think you were trying to
think
hide
he's
it, if
the,
anything, back then.
Ace Frehley is, I think, the only non-Jewish guy in the band. So one time, Gene was in his hotel room with 2 chicks.
So that makes sense why
and-
he's the coolest.
and Ace Frehley kicked the door in a full SS uniform, and just started like marching around the room.
Yeah.
You're like,
Gene-
oh, Gene is with his woman. I'm so sorry I interrupt. And then
Oh,
Gene
Gene's
Simmons
like, you're blowing it for me, you fucking piece of shit.
Gene's like, my mother was in the Holocaust.
Get fucked, Gene. How about that?
Ace Frehley's like, oh, 6 million wasn't left. And like leaves. No,
Oh,
he
shit,
didn't say
dude.
that. But he was talking
He might've.
mad shit in a SS uniform. And that's like,
That's
I
funny.
saw that in a metal magazine. Like they were talking about like rock stars that went too far. Ace
Oh,
Frehley breaks into Gene Simmons' room in an SS uniform, even though Gene's mom was in the Holocaust.
Yeah. So while I do wish that fentanyl might have been a thing back then, I think Ace Frehley's. When I say that, I think Ace Frehley would have made the cut still.
Dude,
would've
probably
gotten
would've
by.
tanked it. He would have tanked it, dude.
Yeah, he would have tanked it. Yeah.
He would have wrote a song.
Dude, tanking
called-
fent damage?
He would have made a song called "Fenton Us All" or something.
Fent us all?
Fenton Us All. But we should just all be on Fent. Dude, that'd be like his fucking. If he's Wesker, that's like his Ouroboros. Everybody do Fent, see who lives. That's the new human race.
Yeah. Oh, shit. That rules.
We're the new fucking. If you could. Yeah, and if you're like ODing, he's like, it looks like the fentanyl has rejected you. Sorry.
Sorry. Damn, Res 5. That was
Res 5 rules, dude. I love
It
Res
does.
5.
It does,
underrated.
yeah. Especially the drop in, drop out co-op. But
Dude, just Res 4 co-op. and
pretty much, yeah.
You get to play
Except, yeah,
instead of Twink Leon, your giant hunk Chris.
dude, that's actually base Leon. Twink Leon is in the remake. But also, okay, yeah, you say that you're knocking Leon, you're knocking Res 4 co-op, which is not a thing, but this is hypothetical. So but if you're playing Res 5 co-op, then you have to play as an African woman. I'd rather play as
Yeah.
Twink Leon.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. You're in Africa, dude. They
Yeah.
can't just have you killing that many black zombies and
Dude,
not have
you know
your
what-
partner be black.
You remember before that
have
game
to-
came out? Before that game came out, it was like
Yeah.
all the promotional stuff. It was like straight up, you were just killing black Africans. But then after like some backlash, they started adding. There's a Mexican in there, dude. There's a Mexican in there.
There's like one Mexican and one like Vietnamese guy that they just like copy
Yeah.
and paste in
So
crowds.
gay, dude. The
That was
Mexican
literally
guy's the one that
because-
stands out the most. He's got the full handlebar, like cholo stash going on.
Yeah,
like, okay.
It's literally because it's a Japanese game, and some Americans complained, and they're
Japanese are allowed to be racist. They earned
Well,
it, dude.
they
They
just-
got
they did-
nuked.
they literally didn't understand. They're like, but it's in Africa.
They
I
kind
don't
of
get it.
tanked. They kind of tanked nuke damage, which is probably harder than Fent to tank, I would imagine.
Well, dude, I mean, in Res 4, no one complained that like, oh, they're all Spanish. Throw in a Frenchman or
Yeah,
something.
what the hell? Yeah, there's not one. Yeah, they're all.
No one
fucking
gives a fuck
Well, it's
about
because
that. They're all
Spaniards are
white.
European. That's why.
Yeah, no one cares about that. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, Capcom was being consistent. They're like, okay, this game takes place in Spain.
Yeah,
Everyone's Spanish. This game takes place in Africa.
Yeah,
they're all
but- oh,
African.
dude. But then 6 comes out, and then you literally like zombie nuke. It was either
China.
You zombie nuke China, and everyone's like, this rules
This is fun.
somehow.
Dude, I think that was them being like, oh no, Japan doesn't get hit with the bioweapon. China does.
China does, yeah. So
They hate China, dude. Japan hates China.
I know, dude. They both hate each other.
Well,
I don't even think you can
I
have
mean,
a PlayStation
Japan-
in China.
Japan completely drew first blood on China, and then they're just still mad that they dared to like defend themselves.
Yeah, I mean, when you're that like they go so far back, dude. They
Yeah,
fucking that
it's-
hatred is
You're not gonna
primordial.
fix that.
But
You're not gonna
the
fix
fuck,
that by a choice of which country gets zombie plague bombed in a
Yeah.
video game. It's gonna
I mean,
take a
don't
little
get
bit
me
more than
wrong. I was totally chill, sick with the plague bomb for China. No skin off my back. I'm like, yeah. I mean, we could have nuked China or Japan. Made zero difference to me.
Oh, with the plague bomb?
It's basically the same thing. I mean, to me,
Well, I mean, if
like,
you had to pick which one, like if it was like up to you.
true, good call. What? Okay, well, which
I
would
mean,
you
come on.
pick?
Bro, China all day. That's not even close.
China? I don't know. China's pretty
Okay,
sick,
think
dude.
about like if
Dude, think about what Japan
think
has
about,
done
like,
to America since then.
think about the year 2023. You planning a vacation? You can go to either China or Japan.
I do like China. I'm actually. I mean, I'm pretty interested. I mean, they're a nice, like, homogenous. Everyone's on the same page there. Like, I think that other than like the communist shit, which is terminally gay, China is pretty based in a lot of ways. It's unfortunate
right,
that we
but
have
I
to
mean,
be
it's
rivals
like-
with them.
It's like, come on, dude. Just saying that, you know how much shit we both have collectively talked about them, dude. We're definitely on a shit list. We're on a
The
police
Chinese?
escort list. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
not welcome
true.
in China without police presence.
That's true. We could go there on vacay. We'd probably
Yeah,
get
but, like-
scooped up, wait outside the airport.
Yeah, then they get us on the news being like, actually America's fucking gay. Mao, he's got it all right.
Yeah,
And
Xi
then
Jinping he'd be there in the limo waiting for us, like,
Oh yeah. Oh, I heard you say bad
get
things.
in. Get in.
Oh, do I look like Winnie the fucking Pooh now?
But
And
China
then just
has
makes us eat like 5 pounds of honey, then throws us out of the fucking
throws us in front
limo
of a
in some
tank.
village. Oh, fend for your fucking self. Who fat boy now?
Yeah, I mean, there's that, but think about the effects that Japan has had on Western culture or Western young men since getting nuked. I think this is their way of anime and like weird tentacle porn and shit. That's
Dude, I
them
think if
getting
it
back at
wasn't
us. That's
for-
their nuke.
Yeah, because I think if it wasn't for Western audiences fully embracing that, it wouldn't be as produced, like as much. It
Yeah,
wouldn't be like as high of a quantity if it wasn't for a bunch
wouldn't
of
ma-
Western fucking
it wouldn't make it here.
perverts.
it wouldn't make it here. Like,
God,
do you know how many
fucking
video games
hate
there are?
anime, dude.
You know how many video games there are over in Japan that we fucking wish we had? Gundam shits.
Dude, I was gonna say, do they have all the badass guns? They had a Battlefront 2. Yeah,
The only reason that's
Titanfall,
not
they
here
basically
is
have
because of the.
they have fucking Titanfall Battlefront 2, where it's like you get a kill streak, you get a call in your Gundam like in Titanfall, but it's Battlefront 2 like capture the base mechanics. I've seen people play with region unlocked 360s, and it just looks. It would have been so fun. It would have been the coolest fucking thing to come home
I
from
know.
school and jump on. It would have
Yeah.
been so much fucking fun. Now we get what Gundam fucking Breaker is all we get
Oh,
to
the
play.
little
and
chibi, faggoty looking
and
Gundams.
fucking-
Like,
Dynasty Warriors Gundam, which actually kind of rules, but still, like, they got so much more than that.
yeah.
Okay, I shouldn't have brought up Dynasty Warriors Gundam because that game fucking rules, actually. But
Well, you invoked it, and so
that game
we
rules.
get-
For the record,
we
guys,
get their gay shit.
Dynasty
We get
Warriors Gundam 1, 2, and 3 fucking rules.
By the way, yes, I'll agree with that. Knowing nothing about the game, I'll agree with that.
I made you play it once over at my mom's back
Oh,
in high
okay,
school.
yeah. No, I remember that. Yeah, that does rule. Why do we get just their gay, depraved shit? Ask yourself that. Is that not a psyop, or is it?
Oh, they're probably just like, we just noticed this does better in Western audiences. Don't
Yeah.
dig deeper into it than that.
Why doesn't China send their fentanyl to Japan? How about that, dude? They send it over to us.
Oh, because they're so like they don't have a Mexican cartel to get it into their country.
They don't need it, dude. They got Biden. They're in with Biden. Joe
No,
Biden.
I mean,
And
you
Xi
gotta cross
Jinping.
I'm saying you got to cross a border with the shit.
Well, yeah, you got
The
dude, you
cartel
know how
does their
cartels do
trafficking.
it?
Yeah, I'm talking about for Japan. The cartel's not gonna fucking cross the ocean. Or they're gonna get fucking some Singapore or Papua New Guinea fucking cartel guys to sneak it into Japan, who has very harsh drug laws.
Import your cartel.
Dude, they're on an island.
Japan is no. China's the one with the fent.
Yeah, so how are they gonna get it into Japan, which is an island?
They get it over here, dude. We are
Yeah, you're
basically
saying
an island from them.
because
I
they
mean,
give it
much
to
bigger.
Mexican cartels. Mexican cartels are like, yeah, okay, we'll
Yeah,
fucking
well, they
flip
still have to
this shit.
cross. They still have to cross the sea to get it to Mexicans.
Yeah, Mexicans are cool with doing that though. How are they gonna get it into Japan?
I'm saying import some Mexicans, dude.
They will be sussed immediately. They're like, wait a minute. Although similar
Oh
looking,
yeah, if a
you're
Mexican
not.
shows up in Japan, you're like,
They'll know.
something very wrong.
You look almost right, but something sus.
Yeah,
It's a
but
real
actually, I will say there is a little bit of a correlation or like a physical similarity between like Mexican and like Southeast Asians or like the hill people Asians, islanders, because they're brown too. It's just, I mean, yeah, dude. I think if you put a lineup of like, okay, I'd have to make it bigger than 10 people. Maybe like a lineup of like 50 people. You mix, you sprinkled in some.
I think I could get like 70% accuracy on that, but definitely not a
Yeah.
hundy.
Well, we could because we have Mexicans. They don't have Mexicans.
That's true. Oh yeah, that's why they would.
And when we
suss them
say
out.
Mexicans,
they would do better.
Both of us, when we say Mexicans, we just mean South America, Latino American, or
Dude,
Latinos.
they would do better. They can tell if you're Chinese or Tibetan.
True,
I
actually.
can't fucking do that, dude. They'd
Yeah.
suss it out even better.
Yeah, you're right. They're like, yeah, you're trying to pass one off as like Laotian. They're like, that's not Laotian. Like,
Yeah, he's from fucking Bangkok, dude.
He too much back hair. Like, him too
Yeah.
much back hair.
His eyes are too close together, dude. That guy's definitely not from fucking Thailand.
True.
You ain't fooling me.
All
Yeah,
right.
dude.
Well,
We're
they can
just-
figure
we
it
just-
out. We don't have the
we're-
money to figure this out. We're just spitballing. They
we're
can
just
figure this out.
We're projecting our indifference to Mexicans and Asians onto them. They will definitely suss that out
I mean,
immediately.
dude, you could be from the deepest depths of South America, and to me, you are Mexican. That's just what it is. It's not racist. It's
well,
not, it's just,
I mean, Mexico's the Latin country. Well, we shouldn't say Latin, but the whatever you want to call them, country
Growing
right
up,
next to us.
they were
so we
all
just-
Mexicans.
They're Mexicans. But he's
Yeah.
like, actually, I'm from Chile. Can't you tell?
Exactly.
from-
Yeah.
You're from Chile?
See, I'm not. I actually love Mexicans, and when I say Mexicans, I also mean Latinos. Like just in general. Like actually, probably my favorite minority. They rule. Mostly traditional, hardworking people.
You-
Like
You know, I don't mind Mexicans.
for sure. And by Mexicans, he also means Latinos.
I'm a bit of a conquistador myself.
It's like when we were talking about how Indians are also Asians, and then we got into the Oriental. Like, Oriental is like our Mexican, because Mexican to us is just everything south of America,
Well, dude, I mean, come on. There's
which is
like
not racist. We don't know.
the difference. The
ignorant.
difference is that like Mongolians, Indians, and Turkish people don't look the same. But how are you gonna tell the difference from a guy from Panama, Chile, and Mexico apart? You
Yeah.
can't like. I mean,
True.
this isn't ignorance. They objectively look like
It's
the same
tough.
race.
Dude, why don't you go ask a Japanese guy right now to like tell you the difference between all the different kinds of white people? They couldn't. So
Yeah,
that-
okay.
so there
Which
you go.
guy
That-
in this lineup is Croatian and which guy is from Latvia?
or which one is Irish and which one is Scottish? Like that is there's
Okay,
no
well
that's even closer.
Brutal.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing. They couldn't do it.
I couldn't.
And that's
I
not
couldn't get
racist
that
of
one.
them.
I could guess like they'd have to be like super Irish and super Scottish, and I could maybe. That's
yeah, the guy'd have
50-50
to have a
though.
kilt. Other guy would have to have like a fucking handle
I'm
of
just talking
whiskey
about their
on him.
face. Like if one guy has like a really short, stout face with like a beard, and some other guy's got like a long, fat face and is like redhead, I'd be like,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. You got to have the. Yeah, if there's red in there. But red hair can be on either of them. So.
That's true. I'm just saying, like, even then, it's still 50-50 if I'm right.
See, everything we're saying right now proves us right that we are not racist.
Guys, we're all just the human race.
We're the human race, and there's literally no defining features. There's no skeletal, mental, or any kind of cognitive or any kind of characteristic that differentiates one from the other. And if you think otherwise, you are racist, and we're not. But before we get off the drugs, I was at work the other day, and I saw this. It was on a construction site. The construction workers were gone, so some bum probably came by after and spray painted this on. But it said, it said, "Safe supply or we die" on a construction site's barriers. Some bum was like, "This is the place to let people know that us tweakers and junkies and homeless people need safe supply or we will die." And I just saw that and I was like, your terms are acceptable.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Like-
that word for word. Like,
Yeah.
and you know, all those guys that got back from lunch were like, "Oh, yeah, I hope
They're
you
like-
fucking die now, bitch."
Yeah, dude, you fucking make
The
us look
hell?
like tweakers and junkies. I mean,
I
safe
gotta
supply or we die. Who is that for? Who's gonna see that and be like, "Oh my god, they're right"?
That's
dude.
for
these,
fucking these like
people who-
liberals that think that they're fucking compassionate. They're like,
yeah,
"Oh, we need to give them safe drugs instead of like doing anything else about it."
yeah, because they don't live next to it, so they're like, "Yeah, we should help them." Meanwhile, everyone who lives near that sees that, and they're like, they think to themselves, this is what I thought anyway. I'm like, is there a way I can accelerate the dying part? Like, how can I do my part?
You'd start flooding the market with like fucking anthrax cut fucking heroin.
Crank and heroin. I mean, dude, I don't know. Not to sound callous. I mean, I've fucked
then-
around myself too, but
I was gonna say, like, what about us good, hard-working folk when we want some?
who do drugs? Yeah. Well, dude, I mean, you know,
I'm
I'm
gonna
still
cut
alive.
that.
I'm still alive, so safe supply or we die. Fine. All right. Your terms are acceptable, and then just everyone goes and does nothing except for the Chinese. Chinese just keep pumping fentanyl.
They're like, yeah, we going for die.
They're like, yes, we know.
that was the whole plan. You have us figured out.
Fuck, dude.
Oh, they're onto
dude.
us.
Yeah, I'm getting enriched out here every day, dude, in the ghetto. Like, I saw a guy.
In the
Dude,
ghetto.
This isn't even a joke, dude. I parked at this shitty apartment complex and went to go, drop off whatever I was doing. And there's a guy in the bushes, and I keep seeing this big white puff of smoke shooting up over these bushes. And I end up having to walk back by it to get back to my truck. And I lean over and look, and I'm not even kidding, dude. I recognized the smell, and I was like, there's no way this is what's happening. But it was somebody literally shooting baby powder from a bottle of baby powder into their face.
What the fuck?
I was like, what the fuck do you have to be on to believe that this is going to get you to drug nirvana? It was crazy. Like
Damn.
yeah, he was like squeezing the bottle so because a little bit of air gets in there, you shoot it, kind of shoots a puff into your face. He was shooting baby powder into his face. Maybe he was so high. Maybe he was so high he was like, dude, I just hit the jackpot. He hit the fucking crank lottery. And he just had a fucking like a 24-ounce fucking bottle of crank or something. It was
I'm not
wild.
gonna fuck
It's-
up this opportunity. Straight to the face.
Yeah, straight to the face. He's sitting behind a bush like he's like, I'm alone. Nobody's gonna fucking jack my bag. And he's shooting it into his face. And I was like,
Or maybe he like knew his shit was heavily cut. He's like, but I know like at least 5% of this is what I actually want. So if I just do all of it, maybe I'll get kind of high.
yeah, I did think that. I was like, well, sometimes this stuff does get cut with like baby laxative or baby powder, but it was out of a Johnson and Johnson baby powder bottle. It was out of the bottle.
That's
With, like, all the
fucking
holes.
brutal.
It was crazy. I was like, what the fuck, dude? And
Damn,
then I
when
almost
you
was like,
just want to get stimmed up and some guy makes you shit yourself.
true. I mean, it's happened. It
It's
happens.
fucking vicious.
For a second, I almost was like, does he know something I don't about baby powder? But then I was like, I got to get back to work. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Hey, dude, can I hit that?
Yeah, like, does that work?
No, dude, that was just fucking Ace Frehley getting desperate.
Yeah. It's when the party's over and like he got beat the brakes beat off him after the party. He just got
Yeah, some
a
fucking
bottle.
some mid chicks fucking slightly athletic boyfriend kicked his ass brutally because he's
Yeah.
in fucking high heel boots and fucking. You know his outfit does not have much mobility. He's got
Yeah,
just enough arm room to like play guitar, and then that's about it.
Yeah, like he could have beat the guy if he wasn't wearing high heels, but he
Yeah, if he didn't
started
have to show
falling
up
all
in
over himself.
character. Yeah, just he's
Dude.
wasted and in big high heel boots.
Dude, there's got to be somebody out there that had to see Ace Frehley get motherfucked by somebody who just had regular shoes on.
There's no way Ace Frehley's never got his shit kicked in full outfit, unless he had like
I don't
guys
know.
with him.
Dude, the only thing you have to do to beat Ace Frehley, I think, is just have regular shoes on.
Just some guy in Vans, just mercilessly.
Yeah, his feet are like gripping the floor perfectly. He's like, I'm not gonna fucking fall. Ace Frehley's like falling like a woman, a drunk white woman in high heels. Grabs him by his fucking wig.
I think that's his real hair.
Nah,
But,
I know, but the image that conjures.
The image
pretty
is funny.
High heel dude, Ace Frehley, knocked over, grabbed him by his fucking wig, beat him till he's crying makeup down his fucking face. Damn.
Nah, dude, Ace rules, dude. He's probably never lost a fight in his life.
He does, but how funny is that though?
That's fucking hilarious to see him get beat up. Some guys like you fucking.
I don't
Weird.
want him to get beat up, but just the image.
Could you like imagine if some guy like didn't know who Kiss was too and just thought he was just some fucking weirdo at the party?
Yeah.
Who's
Like,
this
that was
fucking
before-
space clown?
Yeah, that was before you had like goth and cape kids in your high school, like, and you see this guy,
I mean, yeah, they blew up pretty fast, but like, imagine if he just caught the cusp of like the guys in Kiss thinking they're huge, and then like some like town that hadn't heard of him yet, and Ace Frehley showing up to that house party. He'd get his shit kicked in for just daring to be like
Look
in
like
character
that.
there. And then
Yeah.
like someone's
Oh,
like,
you
what are
ton
you
of jogs.
doing? What are you doing, dude? And he's like, bro, I'm the fucking spaceman. Let's
Oh,
kick
yeah.
his ass.
Yeah, you're getting your shit kicked in.
Getting a swirly, dude. You show up to a party full of jocks looking like Ace
Yeah.
Frehley or Paul Stanley, dude. You're getting a fucking swirly. Could you imagine Gene Simmons trying to like show up to a party acting tough, and then some guy just grabs him by his tongue and drags him to the toilet and just gives that
shit.
guy a fucking merciless swirly?
Dude, swirlies, man. I thought those were going to be a way bigger thing in life than they ended up being. But it might have just been, if we had been born like 15 years younger, that very well could have been a part of our reality.
Dude, it might have been a thing. That probably, you know what? That probably happened to like 3 guys, and then those guys ended up being the people who like write for cartoons, and like,
True.
So they were like, this happens to everybody, right? Relatable, right?
Yeah, they made it a
people
thing.
are like, what?
Yeah, it could have just faded into obscurity.
Did someone really do that to you once? That's horrible. No, I mean, they happened to all my friends, but not me. I'm tough.
Yeah, I'm tough and also super awesome, cool guy. Chicks love me.
All right, bud. Well, I think this is a pod.
I'm inclined to agree.
We got good material. There's another episode coming out soon, but we wanted to get a quick one out real.
Yeah,
quick.
we had to get something out. We recorded one last Saturday, but again, the boys had too much fun. We had a guest on there who was a little nervous and also was just not a. Never mind, he was a good guest, but delete that.
Brit.
No, he was a good guest, but he's a little nervous and interjected on some stories. Basically, there's some funny bits though, so expect that. Expect the fucking shit out of that.
Oh man, I just can't wait for people to hear the whole Seinfeld bit. I'm not going to spoil right now, but you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, dude, I love that shit. Yeah.
Leave them waiting. You guys will hear that one next week. In the meantime, fucking queefing on, everybody. Any last thoughts, Time Bomb?
No, I mean, I thought you were going to hit the stop after that. I mean, I think queefing on is our sign off now, so.
Okay, well, we'll just edit
You hit
this part
that.
out.
Yeah, whenever you hit that, you're good to just hit stop, I think.
All right.